Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Consult here, and today I have a special video for you guys, and as you can see on the screen, we are going to talk about the predicted blanks and doubles from Game Week 31 to 37. So I took quite a bit of time to prepare for this video, so if you do enjoy it, please help me out and give it a like, subscribe to support the channel as well. I'm still a small channel here in YouTube, so I need all the help I can get. But with all of that out of the way, I just want to give a massive shout out first to Planet FPL Pod and also Ben Krellin, both of whom do such great work for the FPL community, and without them this video would not have been possible. So massive props to both of them. So basically I made this graphic after listening to an amazing podcast by James from Planet FPL, and also he broke down all the possible permutations of fixtures for us before coming to this predicted schedule for Game Week 31 to 37. Now of course this fixture list isn't 100% by any means, because it is based on predictions and probabilities for the remainder of the season, but it does give us a rough idea and also a good starting point on how we can begin to plan for the remainder of the season. So I've also cross-referenced this set of predicted fixtures with the latest info from Ben Krellin as well. He is our fixture man, so I do have to cross-reference the information that I'm predicting onto what he says as well, and most of them align with his forecast. So basically we can take this schedule as pretty much the best we can get for now, of course until the Premier League actually releases the official announcements on when the postponed games are rescheduled. So for now it is looking like this, and when we look at this fixture list, there's a lot of information to digest, so I'm just going to break this down for us and kind of give us an idea of what this means for us moving forward in terms of transfers and chip strategies. So first up, Burnley versus Everton is looking like it's going to be rescheduled either in Game Week 31 or 32. So if it happens to slot into Game Week 32, then Burnley will have Norwich away and Everton at home. So that's a pretty decent double for them. And as for Everton, they play United and Burnley. So a pretty small double game week there in general, but we will have to take note of it still and maybe hang on to some Burnley players that are currently in our teams. Now as for Everton, they're pretty much in a mess right now, so we will have to wait and see how things develop for them before we decide to bring their players in. Now next up, in Game Week 33, we will possibly see 6 teams doubling, and something for us to note is Burnley will have back-to-back double game weeks if they double in Game Week 32. So in Game Week 32, they will play Norwich and Everton as mentioned just now, and then in Game Week 33, they will play West Ham and Aston Villa, both away. So as for the other fixtures, Leicester, Newcastle, Arsenal, United and Brighton could all double. Leicester and Newcastle have quite favourable doubles as well. And as for Arsenal and United, they have Chelsea and Liverpool in their doubles respectively, so that may not be the best doubles for them, but it is still a double game week, so it is still something we have to take note of. And then Brighton probably has the worst one of the lot in Game Week 33, where they play Tottenham and City. So Game Week 33 is probably going to be a blank and double game week with Leeds and Wolves both blanking, because they are confirmed to blank. And most of us who loaded up on Wolves assets and who also have Rafinha as well, we could be in quite a fix come Game Week 33, so that could be a good time for us to free hit. Now moving on to Game Week 34 and 35, in either of these game weeks we could see Watford and Everton being slotted into these game weeks. So let's say this Watford and Everton fixture gets put into Game Week 35, then what that means is that these two teams would then double, and that would leave Watford with quite a favourable double where they play Burnley and Everton. And then Everton will have a much tougher double game week where they play Chelsea and Watford, but of course we are talking about Watford and Everton here, so lots of us have been saying how Watford has been double game week traps, and in general players like King and Dennis haven't been delivering as much. And also Everton, as I said just now, they've been in shambles, so even if these two teams double, it may not be that great after all, but let's see how it goes. And then in Game Week 36, that's where we're going to see the massive double game week, where this is the one we've all been raving about, and as you guys can see, 12 teams double, which is absolutely incredible. Now Ben's conservative estimate is 10, Planet FPL have listed 12, so either ways we are looking at around 10 to 12 teams doubling, which is really incredible. And if we didn't use our bench boost in Game Week 28, and if we don't plan to use it in Game Week 29, then Game Week 36 is really the best time to use it for the remainder of the season. And some teams with decent fixtures in Game Week 36 are Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and then Tottenham have a pretty tough one against Liverpool and Arsenal, so probably we may want to stay away from that. But let's zoom into Chelsea and Leicester at the top of the list in Game Week 36, because they are the only teams in Game Week 36 that would probably have a double in Game Week 37 as well. So Game Week 37 looks like it's going to be a decent double game week, with Chelsea and Leicester, as mentioned, they double, and then Leeds, Norwich and Wolves are predicted to double then as well. Now West Ham could also blank in Game Week 37 depending on their performance in Europe. So basically, Game Week 37 could be a similar situation to Game Week 33, where some teams blank and some teams double. Now, I just want to speak a bit about my overall thoughts after putting this fixture list together and how it affects our chip strategies moving forward. So, mainly I want to talk about two chips, which is the wildcard chip and the free hit chip, because the bench boost for me is non-negotiable, and after looking at this list, it's got to be used in Game Week 36. So I'll talk about the wildcard first, and basically, if you are still holding on to your second wildcard chip, I would recommend that we hold out until Game Week 34 or 35 before using it, so that we can set up for the bench boost in Game Week 36. Now, of course, this is just my own thoughts, and I do feel like it would be tough to take full advantage of the good doubles in Game Week 36 if we wildcard any earlier than Game Week 34 or 35. And I was initially thinking of wildcarding in Game Week 31 or 32, but that would, make my team have to be a very balanced one, because I need to account for all the fixtures in totality that are currently on the screen right now. But if I wildcard in Game Week 35 and I prepare my team for the bench boost in Game Week 36, then I can also load up on Chelsea and Leicester assets who have back-to-back doubles in 36 and 37. So which means that, if I was wildcarding any earlier, I may not have many of these Chelsea and Leicester players in my team. So ideally, I would say that we should save our wildcard for Game Week 34 or 35. Now, next up, covering the free hit chip, it really depends on how many we have left. Now, assuming we enter this run of fixtures from Game Week 31 to 37 with one free hit remaining, and considering how most of us have quite a number of Wolves assets and maybe Rafinha from Leeds as well, I would say that using it in Game Week 33 would be ideal, because both Wolves and Leeds blank, and using our free hit in Game Week 33 will allow us to better allocate the funds that are locked up in these Wolves and Leeds assets and strengthen our team by loading up on the players that double. Now, let's say we have two free hits left, then the next chip would probably be used in Game Week 37, where we can load up on the teams that double, because if we take a look at the doublers in Game Week 37, apart from Chelsea and Leicester, the other teams don't have a double in Game Week 36, which means that we probably won't have them in our team. So it could be a wise strategy to use the second free hit in Game Week 37 and then load up on these players that don't double in Game Week 36. So, of course, this is if the free hit chip is still available to us come Game Week 37. So to wrap all this up, for my own team, I still have my wildcard, I still have a bench boost, and one free hit chip. So it is looking like I'm scrapping my initial plan of wildcarding in Game Week 31, saving it for either 34 or 35, and as for my free hit chip, it's looking like I probably will use it in Game Week 33 for now, because I don't have any Leicester or Newcastle assets in my team, and I do have a couple of Wolves players, so Game Week 33 could be quite a problem for me. So I'll just free hit myself out of that situation, and then of course I'll bench boost in Game Week 36. So that is probably how my chip strategy looks like for now. And if you got to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was useful for all of you. It was quite a mouthful for me, but I hope that you managed to digest all this information. And of course, these fixtures, once again, aren't 100% confirmed, but it is a good starting point for us to, plan for the future game weeks, and also it could help us to decide, when best to use our remaining chips for the rest of the season. So this would, help us to end the season with a bang, of course. So before you leave, help me out. Do give this video a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you are new around here. It massively helps the channel out so much more than you can imagine, and it'd be awesome if you guys could help me do that. But for now, that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in another one very soon. Bye bye.